How's it going?
It's going good, man.
You alright?
Yeah, just need a hug.
My name is Zachary Daranowski. I'm from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, and I'm known on social media as MD Motivator. 2020 was a really difficult year for a lot of people. For myself, 2020 was the most challenging year of my life. I started medical school at the University of Sydney in Australia. Then I went through a 6-year relationship breakup. I had ACL knee surgery where I couldn't walk. I didn't have any friends because I just moved to the other side of the world. I couldn't go back home to the other side, and I didn't want to worry my parents or my family back home. So I just felt really isolated, alone, and I started questioning, what's my purpose in life? Why am I here? And really fell into a really dark hole. So I went to TikTok to make a video to find a friend. It was my version of a cry for help and to feel connected with someone when I didn't want to connect with people that I know or people that potentially I felt like could judge me even if they weren't going to. With the blindfolds, it removes all judgments or biases. The only thing that's being translated is words. I don't know how old they are. I don't know how much money they have. I don't know their race. I don't know them, and vice versa. And it's much easier without that eye contact to share that. And oftentimes the strongest stories that were shared weren't really stories. They were just hugs or I needed this, and you can just feel the relief being passed.
What do you hear back from all of the millions of people that have been touched by this experience? Or do you follow some of these folks? Do they follow you after? Because you also said you're strangers. You don't have any judgments against one another. You have no frame of reference, so you can do these free exchanges of just being human. So where does it go after that?
There was an example. I was in Harlem, New York earlier last year, and there was a gentleman, his name was Michael, and he was asking for help to pay his rent. He was crying, saying, anyone help me, and nobody was paying attention to him. He's like 65 in a wheelchair. And I said, what's going on, brother? And he said, I'm short for rent. If I don't have $195 by tomorrow, I'm gonna get evicted. And he's just hysterically crying in this wheelchair, and everyone's ignoring him. And I had my camera on me because I was just going to something else. And I ended up saying, I need a quarter for the bus, and like, I'll come back and I'll do it. And he was crying, and he immediately, his cries when I asked for something went, stop crying. How can I help this random stranger? And he's like, take a quarter, whatever you need, brother. And then I ended up giving him, like, taking the quarter back, saying, I was seeing if you'd be kind, and then giving him $500 and asked him what his message to the world was. And he said, color means nothing. I posted a video that night, and I told my editor, I'm like, hopefully we can raise him like $1,000 to crowdfund. I posted a video, within 40 minutes, we raised $9,000 for Michael. And I'm like, oh no, this is like so much. So I put up a story. I said, anyone from 127th Street in Harlem, New York, that's free tomorrow, come here at this post office. Somebody who's a manager of a bank, somebody owned a grocery store, somebody owned a hair salon, somebody whose best friends is in charge of like the New York Times Square billboards. All these people that are from the exact same block that Michael was from came there that morning, and then we surprised them. We were able to raise nearly $50,000 in the 24 hours and almost $100,000 over the course of a week. But the coolest thing about that story was never shared on social media. So we did that. We raised the money, surprised him, and then the video turned off, the lights turned off, and he grabbed my elbow or shoulder, and he's like, Zachary, I just want to thank you for raising all this money and what you've done for me. But I haven't had a friend in 7 years, and now I have 9 people I can call a friend. Thank you. So it reminded me that it's not about the money, it's the beauty that the connection brought. So now he's actually living back home with his son in New Jersey, who hasn't seen him forever. He's met his grandchildren now, and I keep in contact through like the people that I met. They'll take selfies like out for coffee, like at Central Park or whatnot. But to reintegrate back in the community and connection through a video was beautiful.
What a beautiful dream life you have found. And we thank you for sharing it with everyone. And it reminds us, there's more love in this world than there is anything else. Our friends at Marco's Pizza, I love pizza even more now. They heard about all the work you do, and they are giving you $5,000, which will do a lot of good, right? What? So you can continue to pay everything forward in life and to help others. Is that fun?
That's amazing. Tell Marco's Pizza I said thank you. And wow, yeah, I did not expect that.